Hello, and once again, back is Business Credit Builder. My name is Noel Booker. I'm with Business Credit Builder, and I see y'all coming in the room. Thank y'all for coming in. We're getting ready to start right now. Today, we're going to be talking about business credit training, okay? Business credit training for business owners and entrepreneurs. During this training, you'll discover how to build business credit that's linked to your EIN and not your social security number, that requires no personal guarantee or credit check, and how to get business loans and credit lines, even if you have personal credit issues, no collateral, or are just starting your business. Okay. I'm gonna share my screen. Let's see. Okay. I was sharing my screen. Okay, here we go. Okay, how to get 250. I also call this how to get $250,000 in business credit for your EIN that's not linked to your social, and easily get business loans and credit lines. How about that? Once again, here's my detailed contact information. My name is Noel A. Booker Sr. You got my contact information there, and there's 3 buttons down there I want you to take a look at. The first button is, the green button is how you can get a free guide on how to build business credit, right? Just go to businesscreditbuilder.us/free guide. And I'm gonna give you that website. So make sure y'all take note of the website now. businesscreditbuilder.us, right? And then /free guide. And you can get a free guide on how to build business credit. Okay. The blue button is how you can get a free business credit consultation. That's when you want to talk to me about the services that we provide. Okay. We do accounting and bookkeeping. We do websites. And now we help get business credit and access funding. Okay. The third button is, the red button, is how you get approved for funding. If you think you qualify for now, if you think you qualify for funding now, then you would go to businesscreditbuilder.us/get funding. Okay. I'm gonna make sure y'all can hear me. If y'all can hear me, put something in the chat. Let me know you're there. Also put in your business name, where you from, what you sell, what's your service. All right, let's do it. Okay, what we will cover today: how you can get business credit within 7 days or less that's linked to your EIN, not your social, even if you are a startup or have bad personal credit now. Also, then immediately start using it to get the credit you want and need, even from major sources like Target, Walmart, Staples, Lowe's, Visa, MasterCard, and more. How you can access loans and credit lines even as a startup, have credit challenges, or lack collateral. All right, Nitin, I see you. You're planning. Okay, that's good. Okay, so most people fail trying to get money and grow their business. Okay, Nitin, I see you there. You're planning to start a business. Well, this is a good place to start, because I wish I was in this class when I was starting my businesses that I had, right? Okay, because I'm gonna give you some good information to start, all right? Okay, did you have something to say? No?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm looking forward to getting all this information,
Oh, great.
learning from you.
Cool. Thank you for attending. Okay, here we go. Most people fail trying to get money and grow their business. Most don't know that EIN credit can be built regardless of personal credit quality. Many apply for credit in the wrong order. Let me stop there for a second. Building business credit is a step-by-step process. Each step is needed for the next step. So there's no skipping steps, okay? Now, many entrepreneurs don't know that money is available based on business strengths, right? And the business strengths are what I call the 3 C's of funding. The 3 C's of funding are credit, collateral, and cash flow. So if you have all 3 of these for your business, credit, collateral, and cash flow, then you could possibly qualify for an SBA loan. And that's the best place to get money for your bank, okay? An SBA loan, okay? Now, if you have 2 of these 3 C's, then you can possibly qualify for a term loan, okay? If you have 1 of these 3 C's, depending on which one that you do have, then there is money available. Credit, cash flow, collateral. Now, if you have none of these 3 C's for your business, then that is when you start to build business credit, okay? And as you build business credit, then you get access to more and more funding, okay? And you have to strategize, okay? A lot of people don't mention that you got to build, as you build business credit, you have to strategize for the needs that you have for your business, okay? So it's not like one plan and that fits every business. Every business is different, and every business has to strategize and figure out what's the best avenues for their particular business, okay? Okay, what is business credit? Business credit is credit that is obtained in a business name. With business credit, the business builds its own credit profile and credit score for its EIN number. This credit is in the business name and based on the business's ability to pay, not the business owner's ability to pay, okay? The business can qualify for revolving store credit cards like Staples, Lowe's, Sam's Club, Costco, and more. All right. Why business credit is awesome. Make sure you check out my hashtag. Business credit is real. That is also the name of my blog and our Spotify podcast. So, business credit has no effect on your personal credit, okay? No personal guarantee is needed in order to build business credit. Business credit building is fast compared to consumer credit, okay? With business credit, you can offset current expenses, right? You can increase approval amounts with better rates and terms when you have business credit. No collateral, cash flow, or good credit is needed in order to build business credit, okay? And once you got business credit, you can get access to loans and credit lines, okay? Now, every successful business in America has business credit. This is how business is done, with business credit. So what I'm showing you now is what anybody can see for free, okay? Anybody can see this for free, okay? And you would go to a page on the Experian website, and there is a place where you can put your business name in and your address. And this kind of page will come up. This is for Facebook Incorporated. They're in Menlo Park, California. Now, the piece that I want to bring to your attention is the trade lines. You see that? Trade lines. They got 40 trade lines. Well, let's go over what a trade line is, because the trade line is the basis for building business credit. Okay? This is the basis for building credit right here. Trade lines. Okay? So I want us to understand what that is from the beginning. Okay? So this is what a trade line is. You go to a company and they give you an account, right? That you can buy things on credit, right? So now you go and buy something on credit, which means you have the item and they gave you an invoice that gave you an explanation on when and how to pay for this item that you just got on credit, right? Okay, so then you pay for this item, right? Now, this is what happens when you pay for this item. That company that gave you the credit, they send a report to the business credit reporting agencies, right? The report says, XYZ company, they got an account with us. They have a limit of X amount of dollars that they can spend with us. They made a purchase and they paid off that purchase in X amount of days, right? And they send that report to the business credit reporting agencies. The business credit reporting agencies put that information on your credit profile. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is one trade line. Does anybody have a question on what a trade line is? This is your chance. Okay. Now, this next one is Microsoft. Microsoft has 131 trade lines. And look at this one, Walmart, right? They got 513 trade lines. So this is what Walmart does, right? They go to Bounty and say, yo, Bounty, let me get a truckload of toilet paper. Now, the owner of Walmart, he don't go in his pocket and pay for this. He don't call the accounting department and say, cut a check for this. The toilet paper shows up at the store. They put it on the shelf. We go in there and we buy the toilet paper. Then they take our money and pay the bill. And Bounty says, hey, you did that good. Here's 5 truckloads of toilet paper. Now keep doing that over and over again. And Walmart does that 513 times with different vendors. All right. And this is how business is done at the big corporate level and at the small business level. At the corner store, when the bread is coming in, they don't count. They don't pay for that bread right there. They're counting how many units came in, how many units went out. This is how business is done. How we can help. Business Credit Builder is powered by the Business Finance Suite. We show you how to make your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Our high-tech software helps you build your business credit to access high-limit store credit, business loans, and credit lines. We work with all legitimate types of funding programs that are available today, offering funding through hundreds of investors and lenders through a multitude of different funding programs. Okay? Okay. Well, they always ask me, how do you build business credit? Okay? Now, remember what I said. Each step is needed for the next step. So there's no skipping steps. All right? All right. This one is step 1, which I call credibility. I also call it fundability. And I'm going to let you know from the beginning, this first step is the easiest step, but it's the most important step of them all, okay? The perception lenders, vendors, and creditors have of your business is critical to your ability to build strong business credit. Before applying for business credit, a business must ensure it meets or exceeds all lender credibility standards. There are over 20 credibility points that are necessary for a business to have a strong, credible foundation. Okay, let's start with the business name, right? You got to have a business name, right? Okay, it's very important that you use your exact business legal name. Ensure your business name is exactly the same on your corporation papers, licenses, and bank statements. So you go to the Secretary of State in order to register your business name. In Georgia, it costs $100. In New York, it costs about $225, something like that. In Florida, it costs $275. California costs about $800, but every state is different, okay? So depending on the state that you're in, that's how you get your business name. You go to the Secretary of State and register your business name. Now, when you register your business name, they're going to ask you to select an entity, all right? You can build business credit with almost any corporate entity type. If you truly want to separate business credit from your personal credit, your business must be a separate legal entity, not a sole proprietor or partnership. Unless you have a separate business entity, a corporation, or an LLC, you might be doing business, but you're not truly a business. You need to be a corporation or an LLC, which LLC means a limited liability corporation, in order to separate personal from business expenses, revenue, all that, right? Okay. You need an EIN number, an employer identification number. I'm not going to spend that much time on this, but what I'm going to tell you is this. I'm going to tell you two things that you need to know about an EIN number, unless you got a question, right? But I'm going to tell you two things that you need to know about the EIN number. One is that you can't build business credit without an EIN number. It just can't be done. And two, it's free. So don't go and tell me that you didn't pay money to get your EIN number, because it's free. You go to irs.gov, and it takes about 15 minutes to do it. All right. That's what you need to know about the EIN number. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty. Business address. When you select your business address for your business, there's three options. There are no other options after these three. The first option is to have a brick and mortar building, right? You know what that is, a storefront, right? That's expensive, right? Not everybody can do that. Okay. So that's why you got the second option. But you definitely need a place where you can accept packages, okay? The virtual address. A virtual address, there are many companies that provide virtual addresses for businesses, right? And you can get a virtual business address for as low as $50, all right? Now, the third option, and I'm gonna tell you more about those virtual addresses as well, but the third option and the last resort is your home address. And the reason why it's the last resort is because lenders and creditors do not perceive home-based businesses as being credible, but they look at this as a case-by-case basis, right? So let's say you're a hairstylist. Well, that sounds logical that you can do hair from the house and be able to pay the bill, because they just want to know if you can pay the bill, right? So that sounds logical. Now, on the other side of that, let's say you're a trucking company and you got all these trucks. Now, it might not be logical to think that you have all these trucks at your house. And one thing to understand is that on your Dun & Bradstreet business credit report is a Google Maps picture of your business address. So they're looking right at your business address when they're determining whether or not to give you this account or loan or whatever, right? They're doing what I call the smell test. They're sniffing around to see if everything looks like you are a credible business, right? So, brick and mortar, virtual office, home address. It must be a deliverable physical address and cannot be a P.O. box number. It cannot be a UPS address, okay? Some lenders will not approve and fund unless this criteria is met. Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead. Who's that? What's your name?
My name is Reese, and
What's that name again?
it's Reese.
Reese. All right, go ahead. Run it.
Okay, so the virtual address that I have for my business, it comes up for Staples. So when I was trying to create like a Google website, like an information page for my business, it was like I had to confirm that, and it pulled up Staples, and it was like I had to use another address for my business because I couldn't use Staples.
Okay. Now, I don't know what that deal was, right? But Staples is not a good business address for you. Okay. I'm gonna let you know right now. That's not good. That's not
Well, I
good.
did the virtual address, and for my area, which is Macon, Georgia, it came up for I do like the address, the box number or whatever, but it's inside of Staples and I go get it. And that's where I go pick my mail up, out of Staples, because I paid for a virtual address.
Okay.
But
Now, you can do business like that. No doubt.
right.
You can operate your business having a PO box like that. But if you're trying to build business credit,
Mm-hmm.
you can't use that. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because on the application, there's nothing but a bunch of fields on the application, right? And each
Right.
field that they're asking for information, they're gonna actually do something. Okay. On the address part,
Mm-hmm.
they're pulling up a database of
Mm-hmm.
all PO boxes and all UPS addresses. And if you come
Okay.
up on that list, then they could deny you and they don't have to tell you why. See, that's the
Okay.
kicker. That's the kicker. See, they don't have to tell you why they denied you in business. Consumer credit, they do, right?
Mm-hmm.
But business credit, that means you can keep using this address and never know why you're getting denied.
So
See,
do I need to change my address to something else for my business?
yes, ma'am. I told you that from the beginning. That is not going to work for building business credit. Okay.
So that means I would have to change it for Duns and Bradstreet as well?
The address, yes.
Yes.
You would have to
Okay.
change it every single place, which
Okay.
means at the Secretary of State, the IRS got an address related to your EIN number. Your bank account needs to have this address. So this address that you get from the Secretary of State,
Mm-hmm.
or the address that you give the Secretary of State, needs to be the address that's listed every single place. Okay. Because one of the things that you're doing on that application too is they're looking at the business name, and they're looking up a database of all businesses with a similar name as yours. And when they find it, they're looking at the Secretary of State, and they're looking at that name, how it's spelled exactly, no abbreviations. It always need to be spelled exactly the same. And they're looking at that address. And if that address is different to them, they're thinking, well, where are you? Are you over here or are you over there? Are you going to skip out on this bill? You see, so that's their thing. Their thing is, does it look like that you are a credible business? And a credible business has a legitimate business address and everything is listed exactly the same every place. Did I answer that question?
Yes, you did. Thank you so much.
Okay, good. Now that I know
Hi,
that I have
Noel.
your attention, you're in here. I didn't know if you was listening or not. Okay, here we go.
Hi, Noel.
Yeah,
I have a
nothing. Go
question
ahead.
regarding the address too. Hey, thanks. So I was thinking of using mail service like virtual mailbox, anytime mailbox, right? They provide you a real
No,
location,
no,
that real
no. I'm
address with a
telling you.
suite number. Okay,
Yeah, yeah. Not gonna
and
work. I'm telling you. Let's
okay.
go back to this screen here. There are three options, and there are only three options for using a business address. You cannot use those mailboxes. Okay.
So this is not a mailbox service, but it's like the address is a proper address with a suite number, right? And they accept packages and let me know. I'll go there and collect. That's the service that they provide.
Okay. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
more
like what I got with Staples, the virtual address.
right. Yeah, that can't work. Now,
I see.
let me tell you something else too about these virtual addresses, right? Some of these companies that do virtual business addresses, they give the same exact business address to hundreds of companies. You don't want that. You want a unique business address. And it can't be none of those Staples, UPS, office boxes, none of those businesses that have a location. They give you a street address and they give you a suite and stuff like that. You need a unique address, okay? And I'm gonna tell you who I use, okay? All right, so let's go forward. Okay, so for virtual office addresses, I use DaVinci Virtual Office Solutions. The reason why I use them is because when you set up an address with them, they send a form to the post office that provides them with a unique address for your business. So it can't be one of those virtual office places and there's a whole bunch of these virtual office places that give you the same address that they gave hundreds of other companies. You don't want that. You want a unique address for your business. Okay. I think I made that pretty clear now, right? Okay. So that's DaVinci Office Solutions. If you go to this website, businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors, right? You'll see the DaVinci logo. There'll be a telephone number and a name of a person to call. And then there's explicit instructions on which product to purchase. It costs at least $50 a month. Okay. There's explicit instructions on how to get the right product. So that they send that form in to the post office so you can get a unique address. All right. Boom. That's the go-to on that. Now, let's go to the telephone number.
Hey, Noel. I was
Yeah, go
just
ahead.
looking up.
Go ahead, Nitin.
Thanks. I was just looking up the DaVinci virtual office that you were mentioning, and actually, the service that I mentioned is exactly owned by them.
Oh, the service that you was talking about is owned
Right.
by DaVinci.
That's right.
Okay, so then I would ask them, do you see on my website the verbiage?
Yes.
All right, so if you look at that website, the businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors, you'll see the verbiage that I said to use when you order the right product. I would call the
Got it.
company that you're using and ask them if they do this. This is what I need.
Got it.
Got it? This is what I
Got it.
need.
Yeah.
That verbiage. That's
Got it.
what you need. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So let's go forward. I thought you said you didn't have a business. Okay. Okay. So you
I'm
must
just
have
doing
a
this.
dedicated business phone, right? A dedicated business phone number that is listed with the National 411 Directory Assistant under the business name. okay? Lenders, vendors, creditors, and even insurance providers will verify that your business is listed with 411, okay? Now, a toll-free number will give your business credibility, but you must have this local business number for the listing with 411 directory assistance, okay? Even if you're a single owner with a home-based business, a toll-free number provides the perception that you're an even bigger company. So the 800 number and a fax number is not needed, right? That local number listed with National 411 directory is needed. Okay, y'all know what that means, right? Needed. That's the most important piece right there. That local telephone number that is listed. Okay. Having an 800 number and a fax number is not as necessary, but it lends credence to your business. It gives them the idea that, hey, they got this thing listed and now they got an 800 number and a fax number. Now they look like they're more credible. You see what I'm saying? Not a cell phone. Okay, that's what I'm getting ready to tell you. Okay.
So no T-Mobile up under the business?
A cell phone or a home phone number as your main business line could get you flagged as an unestablished business that is too high of a risk. Now, if you go to these cell phone companies and get a business account, that's still a cell phone number. And you cannot use that as your main business number, okay? Now, you can use it to operate your business, right? But you need a dedicated local telephone number, okay? And I'm gonna give you the hookup though. Hold tight. I'm gonna give you the hookup, right? Okay. Don't give a personal cell phone number or a residential number as the business phone number. So like on the applications, you need to have a main business phone number that is not your cell phone number and not your home line, okay? You can forward a virtual number to any cell phone or landline telephone number, okay? So these are the companies I use for the local main telephone number. Freedom Voice, Ring Central, Vonage. Any one of these companies will do you good because they will list it with the 411 National Directory. But my go-to is Freedom Voice. Why? Because Freedom Voice will give you a local telephone number for $9.95 a month, and they will list it with the National 411 Directory for $3 a month. So I figured we got at least spend $13. Okay. And they will give you a fax number and an 800 number for under $20 a month. Okay. So that's the go-to, Freedom Voice. All right. Now, website. Lenders and creditors will deny you if you don't have a website. Okay. And nowadays, a credible business has a website, right? So that's what they want to see. Spend time and money necessary to ensure your website is professionally designed and works well. My company, which is MediaNet USA, we provide a small business web hosting package that is all inclusive, which means you don't have to do anything, okay? This is what is included. You get domain registration, 12 months web hosting, website design, monthly updates, unlimited emails, expert customer support, internet consultation. And if you need to talk to me about that, just schedule one of those free business credit consultations, right? By going to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. Okay. You need a business email. Business email. This is very important. To get a company email address for your business. Is not only professional, but greatly helps the chances of getting your thumbs up from a credit provider. Setting up a business email address is very easy. So when you get your website, this is where you should get your email from, whoever hosts your website, right? So if you go to GoDaddy, right, these type of companies, they a la carte you, meaning they will charge you for every little thing, right? With my website, it's all inclusive. So if you go to GoDaddy, they're going to charge you for the domain registration. They're going to charge you for the they got this website builder, right? Now you get your website up, and now you need an email. Now they're going to charge you $99 for one email. Okay, so just know that my plans are really good, and that you need this email, and you should get your email through your hosting company. Okay. Okay. What's next? Okay, more on the email. Avoid using free email services, right? Okay, so the deal with this email, right, is that these lenders, they don't want to see you do business with a free email service. Okay? They don't want to see you do business with a free email service. Because you could be anybody, right? They want to see you communicating with them about business through your business email. So it should be something like your name at yourbusinessname.com, right? So don't use partychick at Yahoo, right? That's common sense stuff, right? But it's good to know, right? That they don't really want to see you doing business through the free email service. They want to see your website, your business email, right?
What if you just use the business name for the email?
No, that's not a business. That's a free email service.
No, what I'm saying, say for instance, if your business like the Divas Care, so that means I'm gonna do info at the Divas Care.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Info at divacare.com. Right?
Correct.
Right. So you have your domain, divacare.com, right?
Correct.
Okay, right. That's correct. So you could do info, you could do diva, whatever. You could do your first name. I got a client that he does first name dot last name and then divacare.com, right?
Mm-hmm.
As long as not at Yahoo, or you know what I mean?
I know what you're saying though. I got you. I'm
Okay,
just
cool.
making sure I
Bet,
follow
bet.
you.
You good. You
Comment.
good. Yeah,
All right.
info is good. Support is good, right? Okay.
Okay.
Fax number. Lenders perceive a credible business as one with a fax number. So just know that you're looking more credible. It's not needed to have a fax number, but if you put something in there as your fax number, now you're looking more credible. Okay. And you know, on this application, the application is just the smell test, right? They're just seeing if you might qualify. If the stuff on the application is right, then they're gonna go see if you can qualify. They're just sniffing around to see if you look qualified with this application. Okay. Okay. Bank account. So once you got your certificate from the Secretary of State, which takes about 30 days, depending on what state you're in, and you have your EIN number, and you can get that right away. Then you're going to rush over and get a business bank account. Your business banking history is vital to your future success of being able to secure larger business loans. The date you open your business bank account is the date that lenders consider your business to have started. So if you incorporated your business 10 years ago, but you just opened your business bank account yesterday, then your business started yesterday to them, right? Because they want to see that you've been doing business and not that you just started doing business yesterday, right? Okay. The longer your business banking history, the better your borrowing potential will be. Okay? Licensing. One of the most common mistakes building credit for your company is non-matching business addresses on your business licenses. Even worse is not having the required licenses for your business, for your type of business to operate legally. You will need to contact the state, county, and city government offices to see if there are any required licenses and permits to operate your type of business. Mostly people got the license, right? But the most common mistake is they got the license with an old address, okay? An old address. That will get you denied, and they don't have to tell you why, okay? So they're looking at this address and the spelling of the name. It has to be spelled exactly right, okay? Okay, business listings. Take the time to verify that main agencies, state, IRS, bank, 411, National Directory, have your business listed the same way with your exact legal name. Also take the time to ensure that every bill you get, power bill, phone bill, landlord, all that stuff that's related to your business has your correct business address and the name of your business spelled correctly. Has the business name listed correctly and comes to the business address. So for existing businesses, or if you had your business in existence and you changed addresses and information, so what I would suggest is this service code at Yext, right? So if you fill out an application, they're gonna search your business on Google. They're gonna go into Google, put your business name in. Hopefully they find you. When they do find you, they don't want to see all these different addresses of past addresses and past telephone numbers. So Yext has a service called data cleansing. And data cleansing wipes all that straight with the correct information that you provide them. All at one swap, just like bun. All right? So that's good to know right there. Yext. Okay. Any questions so far? Y'all been asking questions as we go, so that's cool. Any more questions on that? Now, you see, that was step one. You see how long it took to do step one? That's how important it is, okay? And it's the easy stuff, right? It's the easy stuff. Any
What you
questions
say
on
is
that stuff?
what you say is called next or yes?
Yext. I'll go back to that. Can you see it right there?
Yes, I got it.
Y-E-X-T. There
And you
we
just
go.
call them and they'll clear it out?
That's right.
Okay.
But it costs something. I don't know what the cost is, though.
Okay, no problem.
But what you do is just go on Google and see if you got old stuff out there, right? If you do got old stuff out there, if you can't clean it up yourself, then I would say use them. Right? Cool.
Okay.
All right, step number 2, business credit reports. Now, business credit reports are important because remember I was telling you about those trade lines, right? And you made a payment to the trade line. You made a payment to the company that reported your trade line, right? So you need to have access to your business credit reports so that when you make these payments, you know that they are being reported accurately and timely, okay? There are 3 major companies that do business credit reports, right? Experian, Dun & Bradstreet, and Equifax, okay? You will first want to get a copy of your business credit reports to see what is reported, okay? Now, you can go to this website, businesscreditbuilder.us/reports. You will see these logos, and and they are linked to the respective websites to a place where you can put your business name and address in and see if they have a report on your company already. So if they know that you exist, they'll make some of them will make a report, a file on you and give you a low business credit score if they know you exist and you haven't done anything yet. They'll give you a low score just because you ain't do nothing yet. Okay. So that's what you need to do. Okay. So Dun and Bradstreet, that's what we're going to talk about first. Dun and Bradstreet. Obtaining a Dun and Bradstreet number begins the process of building your business credit profile with them. This is the most important one. This is the largest business reporting agencies. And let me back up for us 1 second, right? These business credit reporting agencies, what they're in the business of doing is collecting information, packaging it up, and selling it. So they got your business information, and they're gonna package it up in a nice business credit report for you, and they sell it, right? So that's what they do. So Dun and Bradstreet, the first step is to apply. Once you got all that credibility stuff set up and all of that's right, then we want to go and apply for a DUNS number. It'll take you about 30 days to get this DUNS number. All right. And you need this DUNS number, right? Your DUNS number also play an important role in enabling your business to borrow without a personal guarantor. And this is the website for Dun and Bradstreet. It's dnb.com. All right. Now, what you need to know about them is this. When you apply for this DUNS number, it's free. But they will call you, they will email you, and they will convince you that you need to buy something. But you don't have to buy nothing, right? Now, the things that they sell are good things, but they only affect your Dun and Bradstreet score. They don't affect anything else. So you don't need to buy anything from them, okay? Just get this DUNS number and you're good to go. And I'm gonna tell you what to do, all right? Hold tight, okay? Okay, so Dun and Bradstreet. You can also enroll in the DNBI self-monitoring, and they charge about $39 to $99 per month for your business credit report. Now, if you do business with my company, we're going to charge you $25 a month for all 3 reports. Okay, all 3 reports. All right, so we're going to save you some money there. Okay. Okay. Experian, they have what they call the Smart Business Reports. Theirs goes for $49 to $99 a month, right? And you can find out how many trade lines are reporting, see if you have business credit score assigned already, see if you have an active Experian business profile, and check on recent inquiries, okay? And there's Equifax. You can purchase a copy of your Equifax Small Business Credit Report, and that costs $99 a month for sure. Okay.
I have a quick question, not to cut you off, but I was told by someone that they don't do Duns and Brads anymore. It's it's another thing called UEI number.
Okay. Were you in this class already? Because this is like a deja vu.
I was in this class, but I never asked that question.
Okay. I remember that question, though. It must have been somebody else.
I never asked that question.
Okay, so check it, right? That number you're talking about, I think, is the number, the SAMS number, in which you need that number in order to do business with the government. Okay.
Correct.
Right. That's different than the DUNS number. Okay. See, the DUNS number is an identifier.
But I was not to cut you off again. I was told that number was the replace of the DUNS, but I don't know how, because I end up obtaining a DUNS on my 3rd business, so I didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
is
That's
listed.
invalid information.
Okay.
Okay. Whoever told you that, you got to check them. All right. That was incorrect. The DUNS number is in full effect. Okay. And
Okay.
so what the DUNS number is actually, the DUNS number is an identifying number for Dun and Bradstreet. Okay. And it is directly related to your address. Okay. So like on these applications, if this company that you're filling out an application and they report to Dun and Bradstreet, they might ask you, what's your DUNS number? If you have it, you need to put it there. If you don't have it, then they probably will not approve you, because you need to have this DUNS number, because when you make that payment, they want to know where to send your report to. And without that DUNS number, they don't know where to send that report to. That's how the DUNS number works. Has nothing to do with the government, okay? All right. So check your peeps. I'm just messing with you. Okay.
It's okay. I understand you. I'm listening because I still was I was adamant about still doing the DUNS number, and I called them and they still issued me another one.
That's it.
But
You gotta have that DUNS number. Yup. Got to.
Okay, I have a question about the DUNS number.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I have a DUNS number, but I made this purchase to where you can add like up to 12 trade lines, pay like $1,200 or something, but you get to I think it's like $1,200 a year, and you get to add up to 12 trade lines to that DUNS number. So when I spoke to someone, what they were saying was basically I need, I guess, people to verify my company and to give me like a good like a good report from my company in order to add the trade lines to my Duns and Bradstreet.
Okay. That's what I'm telling you about the things that they will try to sell you, right? And they make it pretty important, and it's a good product, right? They can do that, right? But it will only affect Dun & Bradstreet. It don't do nothing for Equifax. It don't do nothing for Experian.
Right, because after research, it's like I found out it was a waste of money. So I'm like, I didn't spend this money for these trade lines, and I didn't have to.
I told you. See, you can give me that 1,200, and I'm gonna show you exactly what to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Net 30, baby. Quill, Granger, stuff like that.
Right.
But some of those places too now, like they don't even affiliate anymore. Like it was one company, I think Granger, and it's another one. Oh, Quill. Quill said they're on pause right now for as far as trying to, I guess, build credit. So I had opened up an account with Quill. They said they're no longer reporting right now.
That's right. See, these companies that, do these starter vendors accounts, they change their underwriting guidelines frequently, right? Like when COVID came, these companies, people with accounts were not paying because COVID came, and then now it got tight for these companies that got all these outstanding bills, and they said, no, hold on, we're gonna stop giving out these free accounts. Right? See, so they changed their underwriting guidelines, right? So the list I have of starter vendors today is not the list I had 6 months ago, because they changed. All right. Right. Okay. And that's one thing about my company, right? We got a staff of people that's only looking for these vendors and keeping an updated list of valid starter vendors and the revolving vendors. All of our vendors that we have, they've been checked last month, right? To see whether or not they're going to help our clients. That's why we have a list, a complete list of all these ones that are valid today, okay? And we could go over what's valid today if y'all want to. We could do that. But I'm going to give you some of the basic ones. All right, so, okay, step 3. This is when we actually going to do something, right? Y'all already know this. Y'all are already at this point, right? So let's just run through this piece real quick. Y'all know about net 30 accounts, which means that they're going to give you a little bit of credit when you have no credit, and they're going to report. And this is difficult. This is a difficult step right here because, one, you got to find a company that's going to give you credit when you have no credit, and they don't do that. Okay, they don't do that, right? Y'all already know that. And two, they have to be able to report to the business credit reporting agencies, okay? And only 10% of all businesses in the United States even report to the business credit reporting agencies because they are under high guidelines and restrictions to even be able to report. Okay, cool. So this is a difficult step right here. Okay, so a business credit report can be started much the same as a consumer report commonly is, with small amounts of credit. The business can be approved for small credit amounts to help them build an initial credit profile. And that's what these net 30 accounts are for, so that you can start your business credit profile, okay? These types of initial accounts in the business world are commonly referred to as vendor credit or net 30 accounts. And some vendors will approve your company for net 30 payment terms upon the verification of as little as an EIN number and a 411 listing. Okay? So here we go. Here are some vendors who will approve you for initial credit even if you have none now. Maverick, that's the starting place today. Maverick offers supplies. You can go to this website to get my link, businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors, and you can get the link to start your Maverick account, okay? The CEO Creative is also on that page, okay? Granger, Barnett, Granger sells work supplies, tools, uniforms, work gloves, boots, hats, right? Barnett is a Home Depot company. They sell anything that Home Depot sells. And Uline is they sell like janitorial supplies, packaging supplies, basically janitorial supplies, right? So boom, that's the move. Maverick, that's the first spot to go to today, okay? Vendor accounts. Always apply without using your social. Okay, this applies to these starter accounts, right? Always apply without your social. So on these applications, there's going to be a place where you can put your social. You leave that blank. Then there's going to be a place to put your EIN number. That's where you want to put your EIN number. Okay? Now, if you have an application that has a place for your social and there's no place for your EIN number, then you got the wrong application. You need the business application, okay? If they do business accounts, right? Okay, some vendors will request it and some will even tell you on the phone that they need to have it, but you tell them, please submit this application without the social. Just use my EIN number. There's no law requiring that they use your social, okay? Okay, now this is an important piece right here. When your first 3 net 30 accounts reports your trade lines to Dun & Bradstreet. Now, when you get these accounts, you have to know who they report to, right? So when you get an account that reports to Dun & Bradstreet and you make a payment, they're going to send it in to Dun & Bradstreet, right? And once 3 accounts are sent in to Dun & Okay, the paydex score is the score that lenders look at to determine your credit worthiness. So once 3 businesses have reported to Dun & Bradstreet, they will give you a paydex score. And if those 3 businesses were paid on time, then that score will be about a 76. Now, a 70 pay score is lendable, but you need to be at an 80 or above. No, let me rephrase that. You need to be above 80 paydex score, okay? All right, that's what you need to know about that. That's the Dun & Bradstreet. Okay, pay your net 30 accounts in full and on time. You must be patient and allow time for the vendor's reporting cycles to get in the reporting systems. It typically takes about 3 cycles, about 90 days to get your accounts on your net 30 accounts on your credit report. Because once you make the payment, it takes some time for it to actually get on your credit report. Okay. All right. So some vendors will require an initial prepaid order before they can approve your business for terms. Just know that that might happen. Like Uline, if there's nothing on your credit report, they might ask you to do a couple purchases first, right? So just know that that might happen, right? You need to have a total of at least 5 net 30-day pay accounts reporting. 5, right? So you want to get 3 at Dun & Bradstreet, 1 at Experian, and 1 at Equifax, okay? And you see, that's why I got the car, right? You see the car, he got the number 5 on it. He got the smoke, but look at his face. His face is like, yo, I got credit and we rolling. Let's go. So step 4, this is where you want to be. Revolving accounts. This is where you want to be. After 5 trade lines are established using vendor accounts, obtaining revolving accounts is the next step. Revolving accounts are cards a business owner can use and not be required to pay the full balance owed each month. Revolving accounts. Most stores will not approve a business owner for business unless the business owner has an established credit profile and score, just like in the consumer world. That's why we did those net 30 accounts, so we can establish a credit profile. Now that we got a credit profile, we can go to these revolving accounts. Vendor accounts must be used first to establish a profile and score, then store credit can be obtained. It usually takes only 90 days or less to establish a score and profile with trade lines. Okay, revolving accounts. Here goes some companies that do revolving accounts. And revolving accounts don't require you to pay the full balance after, in 30 days. They give you a minimum amount to pay, like a credit card, okay? So here we go. Home Depot, Lowe's, Office Depot, Staples, Best Buy, Walmart, Sam's Club, Costco, Amazon, Dell, Apple, BP, Chevron, Racetrack, and many more, all right? So this is where you want to be. But all of these will definitely deny you if you didn't do the starter vendors, right? Okay. Store revolving credit must be obtained before the business owner gets Visa, MasterCard, American Express type cards, right? So the first goal is to get 5 on your credit report, and then another 5 to make it up to 10. Because when a lender looks at your business credit report and there are 10 vendors on there, 10 trade lines that you paid on time, now you got business credit. Now you have a proven record of paying something on time. And that's what this is all about. Showing them that you are credible and that your business pays bills. That's what they want to see. Once 10 accounts are on the credit, an owner can then start applying for Visa, MasterCard, American Express type credit. Approval amounts will be equivalent to the highest credit limit account on the business report. So try to have 10 accounts or more, with at least one of them having a high $10,000 high limit. So what you want to do is pick one of these revolving accounts. You use it more often. And as you use it and you pay on it on time, then you call them up and ask them, can I get an increase in my limit? And if they see that you've been making payments on time, they will make an increase. And then you call them back again. Can I get an increase? But they need to see that you're making on-time payments. So what I usually do is I do 3. I'll pay 3 invoices on time, call them. Sometimes they might say, hey, we don't do increases until after 6 months. Now I know when to call you back to get my increase, right? But that's what you do. They need to see you paying on time and they'll increase it. You want to keep on increasing, right? It's essential to keep using the credit, keep applying for more credit, and talk with credit providers to raise credit limits. If you do this, credit will continue to grow and credit lines will continue to increase after about 12 months. Now, people ask me, how long does it take to build business credit? Well, in my system, it takes about 12 months if you do the steps, right? Most people take more than 12 months. If you do it without the assistance of somebody that's telling you how to go, it's gonna definitely be more than 12 months, right? I have clients that done it in less than 12 months, right? But most people is gonna do 12 months or a little bit more. Realistic now. I'm not trying to shoot you no pipe dreams or nothing like that. I'm just trying to be realistic, right? I can tell you.
Question.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Parrish.
Your personal credit has to be fixed before you can establish business credit, right?
Not correct.
Okay, one more quick question.
Yeah.
What about using credit strong reporting? Is that a good one or a bad one?
Credit strong reporting. I don't know what that is.
It reports to the business too. It reports to your I think it reports to all 3 credit bureaus of your business.
What is it though? I mean, is it a
It's
vendor?
It's a vendor. It's called Credit Strong.
Credit Strong, and that's what they're in business to do, to help you build your business credit.
Correct. It does personal and it does business as well.
I would have to look more into them, right? To see.
I dealt with them on the personal side, but it's like once you it's like you pay a monthly payment every month and it goes into a savings, and once you close out the account, they refund you back that money with no strings attached. It's just like, it's something semi like self.
Okay. I see that. That's, yo.
I'm just asking. I know you laughing, but I'm
just gonna say straight.
Don't get fast.
Straight. You know, I'm just gonna say that ain't no shortcuts in this, right?
Correct.
People that offering these shortcuts like that, I'm skeptical, because you can go get a Barnett account and that's your trade line for real. Now, there are companies that'll say, okay, pay me $10 a month and I'm going to report your $10 payments on time, right? I'm just saying, that just sounds like a shortcut, right? And there's some gimmick with that. I'm just trying to, I don't even know this deal, right? But I can tell you there's some gimmick with this compared to doing it just the straight way I'm teaching you. You go get this vendor, you buy something for at least $50 and you pay it. That's how you build business credit for real. Okay. Now, I'm gonna tell you this quick little story. How I even learned about business credit was this guy was my client. He was taking full advantage of this business credit thing. And when I saw how he was taking advantage of it, you got to look at one of my videos called the Free Money Edition. But this dude was getting money using shortcuts, right? And that was his deal, to go get this free money and keep moving because his name ain't on it and he's just trying to gank stuff. But that's how I learned that business credit actually does work, and that if you're just trying to set up something valid for yourself, for real, for yourself, to have longevity and continue to make money, them shortcuts ain't gonna work. I'm just saying. All right. All right.
So your personal credit don't have to be
That's right.
Because some people say before you can establish business credit, that your personal credit has to be fixed.
I'm telling you.
I'm just saying, I'm asking.
I'm telling you, those people that said that to you are misleading you because they don't have what I know.
And I'm only asking because I was gonna go follow up with something with your business, and I'm like, shit, I might as well just leave it alone because I don't have my personal credit. It's not all the way together. I'm not saying it's bad, and I'm not saying it's good.
Right.
But now that you told me that.
Right. So if you saw how I teach you how to build business credit, there was no way you didn't even see me say that you have to give up your social. Right? I'm not telling you to give.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you when you're right.
I'm telling you, you can build business credit with your personal credit being shot toe up.
And the proper way is to use the EIN number.
That's right. Definitely just like I told you. On the application, you leave the Social Security blank and you put your EIN where they ask for the EIN. Here's the kicker though. Here's something to be aware of, right? Here's an advance note, right? Definitely on those starter vendors, do not use your social. But for those revolving accounts, there's been a law since 2018 that if this company, like Staples, if they are giving you a credit account backed by a third party, right, usually a bank, then they must identify who you are. So they're going to ask you for your social. Okay. Now on the application, it's going to say, put your social here, and this will not be a personal guarantee. Or they'll say, put your social here, and it will be a personal guarantee. Okay. So they must identify who you are if they are funding your credit account by a bank. They need to identify who you are. Now, when you look at that where it says put in your social, and there's going to be like some little ass fine print that's going to explain that this is not a guarantee, not a personal guarantee, but it's going to be in real fine print, and it's going to be in legal mumbo jumbo that you can't hardly even understand what the fuck they saying. Excuse me. But that's what you need to know. All right. So if it's a valid revolving account, there's going to be no personal guarantee. It's going to tell you in the legal mumbo jumbo that this is not a personal guarantee. Put your social over here for a personal guarantee, but you got to read it and make sure you put your name, your social in the right place. So it's not a personal guarantee. Okay. That's the trick to that one. You see that? The Zoom user said, I heard You don't want the two linked, right? So where they are asking for your social, it is not a personal guarantee, and they will let you know it's not a personal guarantee, but it'll be in fine print and it'll be in legal terminology. Okay, did I answer that for you, Miss Zoom user? It don't say your name. Okay, I see you in the chat. Okay, so all right, let's move on. Let's move on, and we can get out of here shortly. Okay, no skipping steps. Remember, I said no skipping steps. 10 trade lines is where you want to be. A high limit of $10,000 high limit. Cash business accounts will match your highest credit limit reported on your credit profile, right? So the reason why you want to increase your limits is that it looks better that you have bigger numbers on your credit report that they are giving you access to. And also, when you apply for a business credit card, they will approve an amount that is equivalent to your highest revolving account. That's why you want to ask them to increase your limits, okay? You get access to MasterCard, Visa, American Express. When you got business credit, you can get access to loans and credit lines, okay? All right. Okay, alternative funding options. When the big banks can't help you, we can, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go over these three funding options. You may qualify for them, you may not qualify for them, but I'll let you know so that you can understand the thinking process of getting your business funded. Okay, so cash flow financing is the most popular type of alternative funding today. But I'm gonna let you know this cash flow financing is only for existing business that have cash flow. You gotta have cash flow already, okay? Yeah. Okay, cash flow financing. So if you make at least $3,000 a month going into your bank account, personal bank account or business bank account, you can get funding. Okay. This is for businesses that are existing, but it's for businesses that are in a situation, right? Like you might need to make payrolls Friday, or you might have a piece of equipment that went down. So those businesses that are in a bind, that's what they use, cash flow financing. This is one of my companies here that does cash flow financing. David Allen Capital, right? They're on my website, on the business loans page and on the get funding page. But anyway, you could get funding from them in 10 minutes off your telephone, right? Even if you're a 1099er, putting your money in your personal bank account, you get money. All right. You go to your phone, you go in there, and it'll ask you how much you make and stuff like that. And then it'll send you to the appropriate lender depending on the information that you put in. Right. And then they're going to ask you to upload your bank information. Once you upload your bank information, that's when they're going to decide whether or not you qualify or not. They're not going to even try to see if you qualify until you put your bank information in. But they might tell you you qualify before you put your bank information in, but they're not even looking until you put your bank information in. All right. Boom. That's David Allen Capital. Collateral-based financing. Collateral-based financing can be obtained if you have some type of viable collateral to offset what you are borrowing. Even as a startup with bad credit, you can secure collateral financing if you have collateral. Here goes some examples of collateral. Accounts receivable. That means if you're a type of business that can batch and sell your invoices, like my freight company guy, he batched and sold his invoices so he could get paid. Right now, he gets paid the next day for invoices that he might not get paid for until 30 days later, right? Purchase orders, that's for people that have government contracts. So if you go to a commercial bank with a government contract, they're not going to approve you, but there are alternative lenders that will, okay? Stocks, bonds, 401ks. If you have those type of investments, you can get a business loan. If you have revenue lending, let me see. Revenue lending is similar to cash flow, right? But it's like you have an inventory, like a car dealer has inventory, and then when they sell a car, then they pay down on the loan they get. If you have over $100,000 in inventory or equipment, you can get a business loan. If you have equity in your home, you can get a business loan. Insurance agents have what they call a book of business. They can get a business loan, okay? Okay, now this is the credit line hybrid program. This is the third one, right? This is for if you have good personal credit, right? If you don't have none of those 3 C's, but you got good personal credit, I'll get you some loot in 3 weeks. Unsecured business credit. Oh, hold on, let me start over. Unsecured credit-based financing is a great way to get money for your business if you have a personal credit, if you have good personal credit or know a guarantor that does. So the credit don't even have to be yours. It could be grandpa, somebody that trusts you, right? You can use their credit, and you can get secured up to 5 times what the highest revolving limit is now. So let me give you an example. Let's say you got good personal credit, you got a Home Depot card, and you got $30,000 limit on that card. This credit line hybrid program will get you up to 5 business credit cards with $30,000 on them, up to $150,000 in 3 weeks. And these 5 cards will report to the business credit reporting agencies, okay? The rates are usually 0% for the first 6 to 18 months. This is no doc funding. All you got to do is have a 685 FICO score or better with a high credit line, right? Limit, right? So if you got a $5,000 credit limit on something, then they'll give you up to 5 credit cards with $5,000 on. You see what I'm saying? Okay. And these accounts report to the business credit reporting agencies. Also, we have money from private investors, right? Private investors that want to invest in companies. They're looking for the right idea, though, right? Venture capital and equity financing. That's like the Shark Tank guys. They give you money, but they want a piece of your business, right? You already know about crowdfunding. And you can even get specialized funding to buy equipment, signs, and vehicle wraps. Okay. And so like equipment, right? That's trucks. That's machinery to make stuff, machinery that's fixed stuff, right? If you got machinery to operate your business, whatever machinery, that's equipment. And how that works is this: you go get the invoice of the piece of equipment that you want to get. If it's a truck or a machine, right? You get the invoice, then you go apply at the alternative lender that will do this, because commercial banks don't do equipment lending, okay? And that's how they do. They pay the invoice. They pay the vendor for the invoice. You just go pick up your equipment. Okay? Okay, check this out. This is one of my clients, Christine. She was able to get all of these approvals in 6 months, but not everybody could do it like Christine. The reason why is because she's a stay-at-home mom. Her husband is a truck driver, so she's at the house all day and she can do this. Most of us don't have all day to be at the house. Okay, that's why not everybody can do it as fast as she can. Look at all these approvals. Sprint 2,000, Amazon 4,500, Tractor Supply 5,000, Exxon 5,000, Fuel Man Fleet 6,000, BJ 7, BPA, Lowe's 10,000, Apple 12,500, Shell 15,000. Look at this list. It's over 250,000. You see that though, right? All right. So you can do it too, step by step, trade line by trade line. No skipping steps. Okay. Check it out. I got a blog. It's at businesscreditbuilder.us/blog. And there's a whole bunch of information out there, right? I got all these social medias. My Spotify is off the chain. And make sure you'll get that free guide. That free guide is important. Yeah. So run it. Anybody got any questions? What up? Oh, don't forget, I got these ebooks. I got these ebooks too. Check it out. All right, go ahead, L.
Could you go and get apartment up under your business? I know you could buy a house up under your business, but could you go get apartment up under your business name?
Yeah. Businesses get leases, right? You could say, hey, my business needs to have an apartment, right? So, but I'm gonna tell you, just like they look at the credit of you personally at an apartment complex, they're gonna look at you, they're gonna look at your business credit. They might have you personally guaranteed. I don't know what they do. Okay. So that real estate stuff, a lot of times does go, to your personal, right?
So let me ask you one quick question. If I paid you whatever, you, and I say, apartment up under my business name, you can make that happen.
I could try, because I haven't looked at apartments, right, and asked them about what they do as far as, approving apartments, right, for businesses, right? But they got to have something.
Not to cut you off, I had them inquiring. They told me a few things, but I got kind of discouraged. I was like, oh, this is too much. I don't
What did they tell you though?
It was like a couple of little things, like most likely you could come up with, I think it was, I can't remember exactly verbatim, but I will call them again to ask them. But it was a few things that they did say that they do let you apply up under your business.
Right.
I,
So
just,
I know they will let
discouraged.
you. I know they will let you, but
It wasn't a lot. But me, I'm computer savvy, so I was like, you know what, forget it, just whatever. That's
right.
you
So
know,
we
but
would
I
have
was
to
just
know what
making
they're gonna
sure.
do, right?
Right. So I'm gonna get back with them, and I'm gonna get with you on that note. And that's about all the other questions that I need to ask.
Okay, yeah. So them, I can tell you those apartments, they're gonna really see whether or not your business is valid and you making money. They might even ask to see, a financial statement, you see. So you got to know what they're going to be asking for. And I don't know. So, and every one is different, right? So you might want to get a little budget apartment might just do you real quick, right? I don't know.
I understand. I'm just asking questions to close mouth.
Right, that's cool. And I'm trying to give you the answer straight as I know it, right?
Mm-hmm. I respect that.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna tell you something I don't know. I'm not gonna be guessing this shit and telling you shit I'm guessing on. If I tell you, I know for real. Okay.
True.
So like that apartment shit, I don't know that for real, right? So I'd have to go check them out and see what they say.
So you know how to you know about marketing too as well. Like say for like the attract to get more clientele. It's basically like e-commerce. You know about that too, or no? I'm going too far.
Do I know about what?
E-commerce, like to attract more traffic in your business.
To attract more customers.
Yeah, marketing.
Basically, marketing stuff. What's your question about marketing?
Do you do that as well? Do you know?
Oh, do I do that? No, I don't do that. Okay. But if you're my client and I'm helping you with the business credit, I'm gonna guide you with what I know, right?
Okay, respect.
Right. And so what I know is like my company is like a franchise, like a McDonald's franchise, right?
Correct.
My franchise is called Credit Suite, right? They sell business credit. They teach me how to sell business credit. So me doing these webinars, they taught me this. Me knowing what I know, they taught me this. And I did it. Right. But
Right.
the most important thing is that they teach me how to do this. So that's how I know. Right. I hope I answered that
I'm
question.
learning because I done been sold so many things, and that shit become aggravating, and you know, like people sell you something and then just throw you out there to the wolves. So it's like right now when I'm into this right now, it's like shit, I'm already burnt. But you know, I see what's going on here, which I could have met y'all maybe like even just a year ago. You know, I done
Right.
paid for a lot of things, thousands of dollars. That shit become
Right. But
aggravating.
it ain't never too late, and you can always get stuff corrected. Right. So
Right.
right. So the value to using somebody like me is we help you over those speed bumps, right? And you have to be able to trust who you're dealing with, right? Because some people, just like the other person was talking, some people just tell you stuff because they think they know something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I ain't gonna tell. I'm not like that. I'm gonna tell you stuff I know. Otherwise, we're gonna go
I
find out.
respect that though.
You know, so that's
I
one
respect
thing.
that.
I want you to be able to trust me that we're gonna go do this the right way, right? And I already know there's
Right.
no skipping steps, right? But
Right.
the steps ain't hard. The hardest part about these steps is I created a new name for it, right? It's administrativeness. You have to have administrativeness. You got to be able to follow this paperwork. You got to go create an account, buy something, read the invoice so you can pay it on time. You got to be able to think
Right.
some. You gotta be patient at sometimes, right?
True.
Sometimes you gotta be sit
Yeah.
back and wait for stuff to marinate some, right?
Right.
You know, so and a lot of people don't have that.
Well,
Okay,
I got patience because you know it ain't been long as it has been, but I
right,
understand where you're going with this conversation though.
man. So not everybody got administrativeness. So, all right. So, any more questions? Go ahead, run another one. That's it. No more questions? Okay, y'all know what to do, right? Schedule a consult. Call me, right? And we get busy. All right.
I'm gonna get with you in the future though.
All right, that's a bet.
I got you though. I'm gonna get with you though.
That's a bet. I'm with it. I'm with it. All right, everybody. Whoever's left, we out like shout. Peace. Yeah, boy. That's how we do it. Talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good one. One love. I'm out.